Hi! First of all, I want to thank the sponsor of this video, which is WD40. Now, they have a really cool contest that I want to share with you guys a little bit later. But now, let's get into the video. So, as you may know, I am working on this little garden shed, which I'm turning into my dream workshop. Like the ultimate little getaway hand tool shop. And I've done a bunch of work to get up to this point. There you go. So now I can finally continue work, and that's what we're gonna do in today's video. So I've installed 4 windows. So next up I'm going to put on trim around the windows, and once I've done that I can move on to siding in the front here. So for the window trim here I decided not to go with mitered corners, which I guess is the most common design, and instead I'm doing this craftsman look, which personally I really like. I think it looks kind of cool, plus I don't have to mess around with making miters. Of course, I will have to do cutouts when it comes to the siding, so, you know, you'll end up doing the work one way or another. But I'm thinking of mirroring this design inside on the window trim. However, maybe use some nice oak or something like that. I don't know, we'll see. So I've been working on the electrical here, drilling holes through the studs and doing the wiring all across. So we're putting in several outlets. I want to make sure I have lots of outlets, because if it's one thing that I've learned from my old shop and, you know, just being in a shop in general, is that you just tend to use up all the outlets like right away. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 outlets in here so far. I also got 1 outlet all the way up there, because I'm thinking about actually adding like a loft section up here for storage, or for just kind of having a loft area. And I thought it'd be nice to have like an outlet there if I want to put a light up there or anything. I thought that might be cool. So you have the main power coming in from here, and then the wire goes all around, okay, and it goes here and it gets split into the switches. So this switch is for the complete shop, all the electrical outlets, lighting, whatever. And then this is going to have 2 switches in here, one for indoor lights, one for outdoor lights. And there was not enough space in this box to deal with all the wiring. So this is like just for all the split wires. Then after that the power goes back out here to all the outlets. So you may remember that I made a video previously where I crawled underneath this little shed and insulated it with rigid insulation. It's like, you better not get claustrophobic though, which was not a fun job. However, putting up fiberglass insulation is not you know, that bad at all. I guess the only thing is, you know, it's pretty itchy if you get it on your body, so don't wear a t-shirt and shorts. In my defense, it was 95 degrees in here, or, you know, 35 degrees Celsius, so very hot. So actually I did this job over 3 days, because I just couldn't spend that much time in here at a time. And the first day I did it, I was not that careful and I was very itchy. And then the next 2 days though, I was very careful and I didn't have a problem at all. So insulation is more or less up. I have the ceiling done, little section left over there to do, got the walls done. Feels so different in here. It is very hot, it's like a sauna in here, so I'm glad to be done with this now. And yeah, next up is siding for the front. So I know that you guys who are watching this video are of a similar mindset as me. In other words, we are makers and doers and builders. And WD40 are putting together a really fun contest called Live Life Hands-On, which is all about this kind of life, where we do the work, we fix things that are broken, we turn a shed into a shop. Now, I really like WD40 and I use their products all the time. And it has been there alongside doers like us every day for more than 65 years. So this contest is all about putting a spotlight on people like us. Now, you can enter for a chance to win cash and prizes and a chance to be featured in their upcoming holiday video campaign. The first place winner will receive $5,000 and a hoodie, 5 second place winners will receive $2,000 and a hoodie, and 10 third place winners will receive a hoodie. So to participate, you just have to create a 10 to 60 second video where you share how you live life hands-on by using one or more WD-40 products in everyday or extreme situations to get the job done right. So head over to WD40.com/contest to learn more and to enter. Now, I think that's pretty cool and I can't wait to see what you guys come up with. So anyway, guys, I insulated and it's amazing. Even though I have the windows open, it's so much cooler in here than it used to be. So it's definitely working. So I have siding to do next. So this shed had T111 siding, which is a siding and a sheathing product in one. So there's only one layer. Now, when transporting the front area here, it was easier to just rip it all down because installing, you know, the door and the window. And instead of getting more of the same product, because I don't really like that product, I decided to go with OSB and then get fiber cement siding. And I used fiber cement siding on my old shop in Oregon, and I really like the product. However, it's very frustrating to work with. I really like it once it's up. It creates a lot of dust if you use a saw to cut it, but it's really easy to just make straight cuts using a razor blade and then just to break it off. Now, I had primed these boards ahead of time. You can also buy them pre-primed, but I hadn't. And, you know, just start at the bottom and work your way up. And I had created this really simple little jig just to make sure that they were spaced equally apart, the boards going upwards. So what I'm doing here is first using an 18 gauge nail gun to position the board in place, and then I pre-drill because these fiber cement boards are really tough, and then I screw the boards into the studs with screws, and that's just because I don't have a coil siding nail gun that could do the job in one step, and I didn't feel like buying one just for this one wall. So fiber cement siding is basically a mix between wood pulp and Portland cement. However, it's made to look like wood. And it's nice because it is super durable and it doesn't require much maintenance. Although, to be honest, my first choice for siding would probably be real cedar. I love the idea of cedar that grays over time, and I think it looks really nice when you contrast that with some white trim around the windows and the door. However, cedar siding is hard to find, first of all, and if you do find it, it's pretty expensive. Plus, in that case, I would have to put the same siding all around the whole house, as opposed to doing the one wall. So in the end, this is a better option for me in this situation. Oh, and to cut different angles and little sections that were in the way, I used a grinder, which worked really well. And I found it was easiest to take several light passes. So at first I tried to do thicker passes, you know, and really cut through, but I found that wasn't quite necessary. Just light passes, and then you could just remove the section by hand. right there is where my camera battery died. And I went on for, I don't know, another 10 minutes or so finishing up the siding. So that's that. But I really like the way the siding finishes the shop. I actually don't mind it at all that there are two different kinds of siding. I think that's fine. But I think it just looks so neat. So next up I'm gonna do painting. I'm gonna paint it white. The door's gonna be red. I'm gonna add some trim paint as well. And of course I also added some caulk. Because caulk is the magical product. You don't have to think about trapping moisture when it comes to fiber cement siding. It's not a product that is going to rot or be affected by the elements, which is why it's very nice. Now, it's been a very hot summer here in Virginia so far. I don't know, maybe all summers are really hot here. But next I'm gonna move inside here, which is gonna be nice. I'm gonna install the air conditioning. I'm gonna work on drywall and all the finishing touches in here. So I can't wait for that. But I want to thank you for watching this video up to this point. I really, really appreciate it. Yeah, don't forget to enter the contest. More information in the description below. And yeah. I think that's about it. Thank you for watching again, and I'll see you soon. Bye! It's kind of a mess in here right now. You know what I've been thinking about lately? I sat down at my desk the whole day yesterday and just kind of planned out my workbench in here. Because my plan is that once I get this space finished, where I get it drywalled, I get the floor in, I think the first thing that I'm going to work on is making the workbench. Because I figured the workbench is the center of the room, it's the, you know, the focal point, it's the main space. Main thing to work on. And once I have, you know, I'm gonna make a beautiful bench. I'm gonna use red oak and walnut, I think. Kind of debating about the vise situation. I think I'm gonna make a leg vise. I want to create like a sliding dead man in it. I'm gonna make it slightly undersized at about 5 feet long, and it's gonna be right in the middle of the space. So that's what I've been kind of planning and thinking about. I want to get it right. So really kind of looking forward to that. Just have to get to that point first.